You're listening to the Back Porch Talk podcast. Danny and Jason had many discussions and debates on the back porch while making pivotal investment moves with assets. That's right, with trading cards. They welcome you to the back porch and right into those discussions about current sports news with a fresh and unique twist. So come on and join us. Welcome to the Back Porch Talk podcast. I'm your co-host, Jason.
Your co-host, Danny.
And fans, we have a full show for you today. NBA playoffs is here. About time, man. So looking forward to this. Danny, the Milwaukee Bucks took this L in game number 1 against the Miami Heat, 130-117. And I kind of felt that the Bucks were going to maybe lose this first game just on account that they've been off for a little bit over a week. Miami Heat has been playing basically playoff basketball throughout the week. First of all, man, Danny, I got to say this. I'm tired of seeing the blue floor for the Milwaukee Bucks. It's time to get rid of this blue floor, man. Let's go ahead and get the Fear the Deer floor. Let's get the green and cream flooring back in action. Let's take this blue floor away, man. But I'll say this: Giannis did get hurt, landed on his back real hard. Seems like for game number 2, he's been upgraded to questionable. Before he was doubtful. Chris Middleton in game number 1 took over, had 33 points, 9 boards, 4 assists. Drew had 16 points. Grayson Allen 12, and then ultimately Brook with 10. But Bobby Portis, man, continues to step up when he's needed. 21 points off the bench in 27 minutes of action. Danny, what say you about these Milwaukee Bucks in game number 1?
Second that on Bobby Portis for one. He came in that game because Milwaukee started off flat, and a lot of people are losing sight of when Giannis got hurt, but they were down almost 13. I think it was 13 at that point, and they had no juice. And Bobby came in, knocked some shots down, got them going a little bit and everything. But a couple keys here: Giannis's injury, of course. Second is Tyler Hero is out at least 4 to 6 weeks. That will impact the Miami Heat. Jimmy Butler, they had no answer for Jimmy Butler, but Jimmy Butler has a tendency to do this where he has these games where he just seems unstoppable, but then he'll fade away for like a game or two. This is where I think Miami or the Bucks have an advantage they can key in on Jimmy Butler and take advantage of Tyler Hero not being there as another scorer and key on some of these other guys. But the other thing is Brook Lopez. And if you remember back when Miami swept Milwaukee a couple years ago, Brook Lopez was a non-factor in the series. So looking for him to show some face tonight and play some defense and not be neutralized, so to speak. And with Giannis being hurt, they can definitely take advantage of this. I just think that the Tyler Hero injury may impact them a little bit just because he's another scorer. So I'm very curious to see how tonight goes. 1, if Giannis plays, and then 2, how Brook plays. So I'll keep an eye on him and if he actually comes to play tonight.
I think Brook is going to have a great game. Just on the heels that Jaren Jackson Jr. has been voted as the Defensive Player of the Year. And I think Brook is going to have some little get back. This is going to be his get back game. So I think Brook is going to have a good one here. And speaking of Memphis, Danny, the Grizzlies take the L against the Lake Show. 128-112. This is back on Sunday. They play again tonight, but it may be without Ja Morant, who injured his hand. And we'll see what happens in this game, how the Lakers will respond. Are they going to try to go for the kill here? Are they going to try to be greedy here and go for 2 games in Memphis? Or are they just going to be satisfied with just getting the 1? I don't know, Dan. I think LeBron wants to go ahead and get this series over with. Austin Reeves, man. had a game. I wasn't expecting this. I mean, Austin Reeves was just straight up calling his number and saying he is the one. I mean, 23 points. Are you kidding me? In his first playoff game? Come on, man. But you also have to look at what Hachimura did, man. 29 points off the bench. I mean, these guys were going at it against Memphis. And so all this talk that Memphis is done, all this, you know, saying, yeah, we the one, we up next, we the one. You gotta prove it. You gotta prove it on the floor. And I think this is proof that Memphis may have talked a little bit too much, especially if they can't back it up at home. What say you about this series, Danny?
Jason, this one was a little nerve wracking just from the standpoint of Anthony Davis got hurt right at the end of the first half. And without him, the Lakers are done because Jaren Jackson Jr., he had a heck of a game and they needed someone. They have no one else to guard him except for Anthony Davis. But he still had a heck of a game defensively, offensively. Ja Morant injury definitely hinders the Grizzlies because Ja was attacking the rim a lot. He got called for a couple travels, and that was because of Anthony Davis. So Anthony Davis, if he plays like he did the other night, the Lakers should be in pretty good shape. But are you going to get repeat performances from Rui and Austin Reeves again? Because Austin Reeves was the key to that 15-0 run they had at the end of the game as well. This will be one of those games that the Lakers, especially if Ja Morant doesn't play, they need to get this one. Because I'm assuming based on how he's trending, he may play in game 3. And he's hard for the Lakers to deal with because he's just so quick and athletic. And he just brings a different tempo to the game. So definitely Lakers need to go for get the second game here to go up 2-0. The other thing though too is the Grizzlies won't give up. So it's not like the Grizzlies are going to shut it down if they lose or go down 2-0 because they have that anger about them that they're not just going to go away that easy. So either way, the Lakers get tonight. They just got to keep their foot on the gas to try to close this one out as soon as possible because they want to get some rest, especially for LeBron, because he put in a lot of minutes in game 1, and I'm assuming he will tonight, depending on how the game goes.
Thinking about someone, a team that's not giving up. These Sacramento Kings, man, they're up 2-0. They did what they were supposed to do at home, win at, and that's win. And so the winning at home. The second game, though, is a highlight of the series so far, Danny, purely because of what we saw Draymond Green do, being Draymond Green. There are claims that, that Sabonis may have grabbed his ankle, and that caused him to step and ultimately landed on Sabonis' chest. Needless to say, Danny, I think Golden State's in trouble. Because with that step on the Sabonis' chest, that has provided Joe Dumars and the NBA to go ahead and suspend Draymond Green for this next game, game number 3, and where this is a critical game, man. I know Golden State plays better at home, but yeah, I think Sacramento does have a pretty good road record. And I think they've seen what Golden State can actually do. And not only that, but they have Mike Brown, who used to be on Golden State staff, who knows the tricks of the trade, if you will. So this is going to be a very interesting game. I mean, where you have De'Aaron Fox just playing out of his mind, man. I think Harrison Barnes wants a little get back to the Golden State franchise. I mean, Harrison Barnes won that first championship with Golden State. That second championship run, people got on his back about how he was broke against Cleveland. I mean, he was broke. Let's just be real. But you can't put the full blame on Harrison Barnes on that one. So this is going to be interesting to see how this plays out, Danny, without Draymond Green. I don't know, but this series has been fire. What say you about this series?
That game one with Golden State losing that game, the way they played in that game. And for those of you who did not see game one, you missed an epic game where it was 3 point after 3 pointers, 3 point play. It was just back and forth. And they weren't hitting easy shots either. These were all contested 3 pointers that Steph was hitting, Clay was hitting, De'Aaron Fox was hitting. And I thought that was the game Golden State needed to get, especially because Sabonis was off in game one. But the player of the series, I think, besides De'Aaron Fox, is Malik Monk. He's been playing lights out. And they just seem like they're a step ahead of Golden State as far as just speed-wise. And that may get neutralized once they go to Golden State and play at the Oracle. But Sacramento's looking good, man. If they get game three, it's definitely a wrap. And from my standpoint, I just think that Golden State missed a great opportunity in game one where they actually had a lead, an 8 point lead as they're going into the fourth. And Sacramento came back and made it a game and ended up winning at the end.
And then on to the Clippers Suns series, where the Suns knotted this game or leveled this game for series to 1 game apiece. This is interesting series, Danny. It would have been better if Paul George was healthy and playing. But nonetheless, man, Clippers went ahead and stole game number one with Kawhi Leonard having 38 points, Kevin Durant 27 points and 9 boards and 11 assists in game number one. Game number two, though, man, Suns were like, not on our court. Booker had a game for you, man. 38 points, 9 assists. Kawhi Leonard still is going to get his, man. 31 points, 8 boards, 7 assists. But the Phoenix Suns prevailed, 123-109. Clippers did what they had to do to get 1 game in Phoenix. We'll see how the rest of this series go. But what say you about this Clippers Suns series?
Yeah, this series has a lot of star power. And it's one of those series where you just don't want to see it end because they're always back and forth. They're hooping. You have high level talent in this series. And last night, the Clippers were actually tied with Phoenix most of that game until the fourth quarter. They kind of blew it open. But the Clippers, yeah, man, it's a travesty that Paul George is not playing. I think that would definitely bring this up another level where the Clippers would definitely challenge Phoenix for taking this series. I'm still not giving up on the Clippers yet. It is 1-1. They're going to LA because Kawhi Leonard, man, that dude, he is something else. And also Westbrook is playing well. And I think he's inspired because the KD is on the other side of this matchup. So he's been playing. He shot horribly in that first game, but he played great defense, and he can rebound, which he had some key rebounds in that first game. But it's one of those games where, like, it seemed like people were just giving it to Phoenix, but the Clippers have talent. It's just a matter of some of these role players need to step up for them, their bench. Like Batum last night didn't even score. They need people like him to at least give them like 10 to offset some of the pressure off Kawhi and Westbrook. Looking forward to game 3. Just the Kawhi KD element itself is intriguing in this matchup and nice to see and making me have to stay up late to watch these West Coast games.
Well, I'll say this, Danny. Like you said, Westbrook here has been balling here. In the second game, went 8 for 8 from the free throw line, 9 for 16 from the field, 28 points right behind Kawhi Leonard with that 31. Off their bench, though, I mean, you had Mann with 10 points. You had Norman Powell with 12. And I think they're going to play better when they do go back to LA and everything. Like I said, they did what they're supposed to do. We'll see what happens here. But, man, I have to say that tag team of Kevin Durant and Booker for Phoenix, that's something else to contend with. 8.5, 14 points, 13 boards. I think I have to give the edge a little bit to Phoenix, just on account that Paul George is hurt. I would have loved to have seen this series that if they were at full strength, man. But I just see the Suns kind of edging them out here. I give Clippers maybe another game here. I see Phoenix kind of, moving forward here.
Thank you for joining us at Back Porch Talk Podcast. You can also join us on Twitter by tweeting us at @back_podcast. For more information, you can go to our website, which is backporchtalkpodcast.com. You can also email us at backporchtalkpodcast@gmail.com. Again, thank you for joining us, and remember that there's enough hate in the world, so go ahead and spread a little love.